What up? This is Robert Ory.
Ory, three-pointer. Buries it.
You might know me as Big Shot Bob.
To Ory for three. Oh, unbelievable. This guy is off the charts.
What's going on, Big Shot Bob?
Robert Ory from downtown.
Man, one of these days, we're going to let people in on the show before the show. Sometimes the show before the show. Granted, we probably couldn't put it out because there's too much stuff discussed that might be a little bit off limits, but show before the show's fun. Today's topic, political correctness in sports, which there is plenty of, and stuff that we can't do and stuff we're not allowed to celebrate anymore. So it is the Big Shot Bob podcast. B-Dog Brandon Harper. I'm Rob Jenners. With us, of course, politically correct 7-time NBA champion, Robert Ory. How are you, man?
Man, I'm good. Let me start off this show by saying Sunday I took my son and his friends and Leo, my nephew / cousin / my wife's nephew.
Okay, well, you gotta wind that one back. Nephew / cousin.
Okay,
gotcha.
This is cousin.
Gotcha.
Kansas nephew. So we had to go see Travis Scott.
Okay.
Love Travis Scott, H-Town, And I'm sitting there, and this boy come out 30 minutes late. So, of course, I'm waiting for Antidote, right? He skips Antidote because they had a hard out at 11 o'clock. I was so mad. I started to go down there to that locker room and said, you get your ass back on this stage and sing Antidote so I can hear my damn name mentioned in your song.
Is that it?
So
that was
mad.
The only reason
That was it. But other than that, we had a great time. Travis Scott, great performer, man. H-Town. I just wanted to say that because when you got a platform like this, hope he hears this and then he sends me a snippet of him doing Antidote in some other arena because I didn't get to see it live.
Man,
interesting.
Man, oh man. So you got to get some stuff off your chest every now and then.
I had
That's
to
what the
get that
show's
off
for,
my
man.
chest. Exactly.
Show's for to yell
Get
at
your
Travis
ass
Scott.
out there on time so I can hear my name.
Give me my
mentioned in your
pop
song.
or I ain't leaving. I came all the way out here to see it. Where'd you guys see it? Where was it?
It was at SoFi.
Wow.
It's got to be.
Yeah,
That's
SoFi.
a big venue, though.
It
I
was so.
was going to say,
out.
was it crowded? It must have been so loud.
It was crowded, and let me just say this: I went to Taylor Swift, I went to Bad Bunny, but they weren't rocking like Travis Scott had them rocking. I mean, everybody was up, jumping down. It was almost, Travis is known for having the mosh pit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He's
everybody was, he's different. Everybody was jumping up and down. I was like, oh shit, this arena's rocking. It was a cool concert. I liked it a lot.
Good. That's awesome. Anything else coming up that you're going to out there, out in your neck of the woods that you're looking forward to or anything like that? No?
Nothing right now. Bad Bunny's coming back, and I think we're gonna go see Bad Bunny again. But he's not in SoFi. He's gonna be at, I almost said Staples. He's at Crypto. So
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I would.
He's doing arenas. He's doing arenas this time. Yeah, he's doing arenas. Yeah.
Because look, that Bad Bunny is one of them few people out there. I don't care what genre. I don't care what the venue look like. He gonna pack it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I mean, Travis is the same way.
Yeah, Travis.
Everywhere he goes, man, it seems like no matter how big that venue is, dude, he fills it up. So, cool. Yeah. Hey, I have a question. And this will go to both of you. I am wildly confused about how this in-season tournament works. And I'm not kidding when I say this. I've spent my time, doing homework, trying to figure it out, and I kind of get it, but I kind of don't. Why do this in-season tournament the way they did this? What incentive is in it besides a little bit of extra money for the players? Because I haven't been able to figure that out.
TV coverage is all about I feel like is to get the players to ball, to come out and play really hard, and which most guys do that anyway. But I haven't figured it out myself either. But some of the floors are cool, and some of the floors they need to scrap. But it's a little different.
Some of them are tough. Yeah. I would imagine that, and I don't know, you can maybe speak to this obviously way more than we could. Is it harder to play basketball on a floor like that?
I've never played on one, so I can't answer that question.
Okay.
I'd be like playing on Boise State's football field, but I don't think so, because most of the time you're just really looking at the rim. and you use your peripherals to understand where you are on the floor at all times. But I don't really think it will mess with you. I don't know. I have to ask one of the players that, because it looks weird though.
All of this is for viewership. All of it. Because the basketball season, we know that a lot of people, they watch it, but a lot of people tend not to really pick up on it until Christmas, maybe even a little after, even into the new year. And, the closer and closer, obviously, we get to the playoffs, more on the playoff side than the beginning of the season side. And so they're looking, because they're competing with football, which they'll never be able to do. And I love the NBA. I adore the NBA. But the facts are facts. They are not able to compete with football. And we always thought that Christmas Day was the NBA day. Until they started having football games on Christmas. And then NFL was like, hey, bro, hey, we taking over your day too.
Catch me outside.
They just moved it. Hey, elbow right. Excuse me.
Thought you thought you had something, huh? Yeah, we got that too. Sunday, Monday, Thursday, and guess what? Sunday, all of that.
Hey, the funny part, you remember when the NBA tried to slide in on Thanksgiving?
Oh, that was brief, man.
But they put it in between the NFL games. Oh, so you're not watching football? Okay, here's the NBA game. So
because what most people do is go watch. What they're gonna do is, because they're still, if they know another game is coming on, they're still riding the high on football. So it's like, I ain't trying to watch no basketball. I'll go watch something else until the game come on, or go eat some more.
Yeah.
And Thanksgiving weekend also too with college football. It's usually always rivalry weekend, so it's so hard to penetrate the football Thanksgiving weekend thing. And
can't do it.
Yeah, the fact that the NFL's like, we're coming for Christmas just goes to show you.
Because it was a couple of games on last year,
mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna be like, I watched the NBA and I love the NBA on Christmas. I love the NBA
I
on
do
Christmas.
too. That's like a tradition though.
But I'll tell you this, even with that being said, there are only certain games that I want to watch. Obviously, I watch the Lakers because they always play. The later games, to me, tend to be the better games.
Yeah. If they're good matchups.
I'm not gonna lie, I always hated playing on Christmas. I think I played on Christmas almost every day of my career.
You
hated it.
I believe
I can't imagine that anybody looks forward to playing on Christmas. And like, as viewers and as fans, we love it. We love it.
Especially when you playing on the road. Hated it.
Yeah.
Oh God! But it's the same thing. It's like NFL on Thanksgiving. We love it as fans, and we it's like part of our tradition.
Right.
But I can't imagine the players love that. Yeah. I can't imagine like that. There's players from the Dolphins that are excited to go to Detroit on Thanksgiving.
Detroit and Dallas are cool with it because they're always playing at home.
Always home.
But like you said, even with Christmas, the Lakers are always at home. I think for the most part.
For the most part. Except for one time when they went to Golden State. They're going to play somewhere in California.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, so tournament nights for this in-season tournament are like certain designated nights.
Mm-hmm.
There's all these different brackets. I think there's 6 different brackets.
Tuesdays and Fridays, I think.
And then you advance to a knockout round. The winner's crowned on December 9th. Each player on the winning team gets an extra $500K. That's not bad. And the NBA Cup, which, okay. So we sort of made up a thing. The part of me that's like, if you want to really incentivize this, who was it? Somebody said it this week that they should get a lot. Tyrese Halliburton thinks the winner should get an automatic playoff bid. Come on. That's what the play-in tournament is for at the end of the season. So what are we doing? And by the way, the team that probably wins the in-season tournament is probably going to be in the mix for the playoffs anyway. So you really don't win anything. Should there be make it a lottery pick then? You know what I mean? If it's a good team that's not going to have a lottery pick, make it a lottery pick.
Well,
give them an incentive to play for this more than, 500K ain't bad. Don't get me wrong, but you're already making. Most of these guys are making 20, 30, 40 million.
I want you to think about this though. I remember sitting here talking to Tree Rollins when I was a rookie, and we was talking about playoff money. He was like, "The playoff money ain't gonna mean much to ABC. It ain't gonna mean much, but the rest of those dudes, it means a lot too." And if you look at, let's take, the Hawks. The Hawks have like one of the lowest payrolls in the league, right?
Yeah, relatively. Relatively.
So you think about it, outside of Trae Young and Murray, that's going to mean a lot to everybody else on that team, and so they're going to be playing hard. And because, LeBron James, billionaire, AD, 500,000,
Yeah, he's getting broke
500
off,
million.
yeah.
And it's like, does it really mean? Let's take Golden State. It don't mean shit to Golden State. They got the highest payroll in the league.
All those guys are getting paid.
All those guys, they're like, who cares, man?
They got guys on the bench making more than most starters.
And it's weird to say that to the average person, but that's just how these guys are like, man, 500, man, I'm in California. That's 250 automatic going up top is going to the FICA, it's like really at the end of the day, that's 100K. I can go do one appearance and get that. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
It's kind of hard for those superstars, but for those guys who ain't in that upper echelon, it means a lot getting that 500K.
I mean, look, I love the idea of trying new stuff and doing something different and trying to spice. I get that. For me, the format and the way this runs is confusing to me. I just don't know why. I just can't wrap my head around. Like, I know certain games count, certain games don't. Every game you play in the tournament counts towards your record, so it's not taken away from your regular season record, except for whatever the title game is. That doesn't count toward anybody's record. It's just a weird format. There's nothing wrong with trying new stuff. I've just spent time trying to figure it out, and I really can't.
Hey, and I'm going down the list and trying to see, okay, who do you play? Oh, here it is. And it has a little icon above it, let you know, oh, this is a tournament game.
It's a tournament game, right? Yeah.
It's.
I mean, look, I'm down. Give me more fun new stuff. I like it. But for casual NBA fans, like, we all follow this, and I'm having troubles with it.
Yeah, and I don't think the Hawks don't play their first tournament game until like the end of this week. So it started last week, and the Hawks won't see their first one until sometime the end of this week. So I'm looking forward to, I've seen the floor design. I at one point in time, I thought we were the Memphis Grizzlies because I'm like, where did this blue come from?
There's a lot of blue in some of those.
But, they broke down what each color means and paying homage to this and paying homage to that, which is cool. All right. I'm looking forward to actually seeing the floor. Because like you did say, some of these floors, when you saw the renderings, were like, okay. But when you saw them in real life, I'm like, bro, I'm going to leave the arena with a headache. And that's not because my team lost. That's because I'm looking at the floor.
Yeah, I'm staring at
hurts,
red.
Man.
It's just red. Everything's
hurts.
red. It's like...
Like the Bulls? My goodness.
Oh, my God, dude.
Come on.
That's why I look at that and I have to think your vision and how you play basketball, you're used to tracking the ball and the players and your spacing on the floor off of what you know. So, all of a sudden you change the whole color scheme of everything. That's got to trip some people up. Maybe not everybody, but there's got to be people that struggle with that in the league. There has to be.
I'm sure there's some people who have some sensitive delight, and they're gonna be real sensitive on those court. Like, I can't play tonight, coach. I'll get you some goggles, a la Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, James Worthy, and tint the mugs.
But
I'm playing in shades.
I'm looking forward to it, though. I'm looking forward to seeing just because it's new, seeing how it plays out.
Yeah,
it's gotten a lot of good reviews from a lot of the players.
People seem hype. And the games so far that have been tournament games have been good games.
Yeah, LeBron talked about it last night after the game. He's like saying, because they got their first one kind of against Phoenix.
Yeah.
He said the floors,
Yeah.
But he said the players that he talked to, they say it's like a more intense game because you actually playing for something in this game.
Right, it's just not another regular season game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. And I'm not trying to crap on it. I'm really not. Just tough to follow.
So I do, depending on how long they have this, because, they could try it out and then next year scrap it, or, say we'll do it again and then scrap it after that year. Depending on how long this thing stays and depending on, who the winners are of said thing, like you said, you get the tournament cup. How lovely. Like when you got guys like Chris Paul, you got guys like, so many of these guys who haven't been able to win, James Harden, Russ, like, I want to know
become an accolade? Is that what you're saying?
What does this look like on your resume? It's like, I may not be a world champion, but I'm a 3-time in-season tournament champion.
No, hell no. Hell no. No.
I'm just wondering.
Look, I get what you're saying. No.
All right. I'm just asking because that's a question.
You can't, right, but if you don't have an NBA title, you can't... You can't hold up the NBA Cup, which got invented by like a marketing guy, and be like, hey, look what I won.
The true champions, if you think about it, the Lakers don't put up, they're like, we won the Western Conference, we won the Pacific, we won this. They don't put that shit up because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter unless you bring on Larry O. And I think that's what people are going to do. They're going to say, "Oh, that's nice. Go put that in the closet, man." Which, we'll bring it out on
But
special occasions.
a player, to Harp's point, to a player that's never held up a Larry O.
Like if they're a Hall of Famer right now because they have the resume and they have everything, just outside of some type of form of championship. And now you got the in-season tournament. It's like, you know what? I may have never actually won an actual title, but I am a 2 or 3 time in-season tournament champion.
Oh,
and
God.
I'm pretty sure you get a ring, don't you?
Yeah, you're gonna get a ring.
I want to see what that look like.
And plus, it's in Vegas, and so
yeah,
I'll be there.
I don't know, man.
I gotta be there for
I'll
that.
give it a shot. I'll see how it plays out. Paint these floors. God bless. Paint these floors. You brought up the Lakers. I wanted to bring it up, obviously, because you cover the Lakers. Harp's a Lakers guy. Playing 500 ball. Are you disappointed at all so far to start the season? We had LeBron this week comparing the Lakers to the Steelers.
That was funny, too.
Which I thought was funny because it was like, well, they've been outscored and they've managed to win half their games. And I'm like, okay. And, we've talked about the Steelers on this show. I don't know if that's really a comparison you want to live on, but,
I looking at the Lakers and looking at what I've seen, they only should have lost one game in my mind. And that's the first one to Denver because Denver's fucking good, They shouldn't have lost to Sacramento.
Was that the game that had the bad call? Was that a bad call game? No, it wasn't.
Overtime.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they shouldn't have lost last night to the Miami Heat.
Oh, yeah.
Like watching that game, it's for the Miami Heat do not score a bucket for the last almost 5 minutes of that game, and the Lakers took 2 bad shots, missed 2 good shots, and LeBron had a charge. I'm like, do you understand? It's not about shooting threes. They shot all threes, man. You down 1, and you play the percentages. Just get a bucket. You locking up Miami, and it's things like that. Of course, AD got hurt, and I was
just about to say I wasn't gonna say nothing.
he got hurt, but you know what? It's not an injury. Let's just say he got hurt, and there's a difference between hurt and injury. Injury means you will not play in the next game. Mm-hmm. He just had a really bad cramp that he couldn't. It wouldn't subside, so he would be playing in the next game. So, but
they said he's playing next game.
They said he will play in the next game. Right. So it's not. It's just the cramp. All right. Because think about it. He got hurt in the first half. He actually came back in the second half and tried, but it kept cramping up on him.
Right.
So
sometimes you just, I know we you're right. It's in between an injury and being hurt. Yeah. But sometimes with AD, those lines blur a little bit.
They do. Graciously. This just in from ESPN. AD going to miss 3 weeks with a leg cramp.
But yeah, it's. I just think that I'm okay with them because Vando is not playing. Rui has a concussion, and I think the most important thing after watching the Lakers is that Darvin Ham, to me, has said he has to shorten his rotation. And for me, that's the smartest thing he could ever do because you can't keep playing 10 guys, 12 guys because nobody gets a rhythm. AD and LeBron gonna get their rhythm, but nobody else is. So you remember one game, Christian Woods was knocking down Jays, and he doesn't even play in the second half. I'm like, he had 12 points in the first half. What happened?
Yeah, get him in there.
So, I think he's understanding that. As a coach, you got to be an asshole. As a coach, sometimes, and as a player, you got to be an asshole. You can't just play everybody and try to make everybody happy because you sacrificing, what's good, the best for a team because those guys aren't getting the rhythm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I figured I'd ask. Where you stood thus far. What's the vibe at the office at Spectrum? People positive?
Well, they still pissed off about the Dodgers.
Oh, come on!
but they positive about the Lakers though. Because you can see it right there. And how you look at something like, oh, I can see they're gonna be good. And sometimes you can look at team, oh, this team gonna be trash. Now you can see that this team is gonna be good.
Okay, good, good. You mentioned AD. Bovada's got him currently at plus 750, and your current favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year this season. Yeah, I know it's very early, but you got the Timberwolves are the top-rated defense in the league right now. Rudy Gobert, believe it or not, the number 1 rated defensive player in the league. I'm not sure if that holds, but AD's up there. AD's up there right now.
I've always had this thing about when they do Defensive Player of the Year. I hate it when they just give it to a guy because he blocks shots. You know, you standing there, you the tallest player of the game, you ought to block shot. But when you look at a guy like Giannis and AD, they're on the perimeter guarding people. Because if you was Defensive Player of the Year in the playoffs, Gobert, you won't be a liability, and they got to sit your ass on the bench defensively. Think about that. So to me, that doesn't count. But by the way, side note, did you see Brown dunk on him last night? Oh my goodness!
Destroyed him.
How did you
night.
turn your body in the air? But yeah, I just think AD. If you watch him and Giannis, how they can able to guard the perimeter and block shots, they're pretty good. And don't forget about Victor and Chet.
Well,
they up there too.
Yeah.
They blocking a lot of shots.
If you're looking at your blocks leaders right now, Anthony Davis has got 22, far and away the leader in the league right now. Evan Mobley's got 16. Jaren Jackson Jr.'s got 16. Wemby's got 16. And Osor Thompson?
Oh, one of the Thompson twins.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah.
He's got 15, and he's a 6'6" rookie. He's got damn 15 blocks.
Hey, man.
Like, hey, he's
the
kid's balling.
Thompson twins, they can D up now.
Dude, good for him. But yeah, AD far and away your leader in blocks right now. Again, it's not all based on blocks, but
Yeah.
it's a good indicator. And you mentioned Wembanyama. He becomes just the third teenager in NBA history to have at least 35 points, 10 boards, and 2 blocks in a single game. Any guess on who the other two were?
Shaq.
Nah.
No.
Oh, my bad.
LeBron.
Yeah.
Yeah, LeBron's one.
Yeah. Probably, let's see, young guys are coming. It probably wasn't Kobe.
No.
Who else is young? Probably KD. They
There
came
was.
in young.
LeBron and KD. Those were the two.
Those were the two.
Only other two guys. By the way, not bad company.
Yeah.
If you have to have any
I was
kind
about
of.
to say Kevin, not Kevin Garnett. I was about to say KG. But,
I was thinking Garnett too initially when I was
Yeah.
looking it up. I was like, who are the other two? And KG came to mind just because he was in the league.
And
so
Shaq
young.
wasn't a teenager when he got to the league.
No, he was in his 20s.
Yeah, he was in his 20s,
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Shaq came in 35 years old with LeBron, Kevin Durant, the only other guys to do it. They both did it at 19. Rachel Nichols said she believes Wembanyama's ceiling might be higher than LeBron's. The ceiling, she said, quote, Wembanyama's ceiling is higher than Robinson, Shaq, and LeBron. He can render that LeBron-MJ argument.
Well,
Kind of a really tall order to put on a kid who's played like 7 games?
it's a part of the hype and it's clickbait. No disrespect to her, but and this season isn't over yet, it's just starting. But you got to understand what you're saying when you're comparing someone to LeBron.
Or to Michael Jordan.
But even then, I got to say this, and this is just me being objective. I hate the argument between, Mike and LeBron, even though I think Mike is the greatest of all time. That's me. Mm-hmm. But even with Mike didn't come into the league like LeBron came into the league. LeBron came into the league straight out of high school, killing.
Yeah.
Like he almost looked like he was in the league 4 or 5 years already. Yes, he was still very young, but the way that he came into the league as a rookie straight out of high school, we've never seen that before. And I don't think we'll ever see that again because you ain't going to let guys come out of high school anymore. You got G League type of stuff and everything like that. You'll never see anything like that again.
Yeah, unless you think about it. Well, this is like Wembanyama kind of skipped high school.
He did because he was overseas, yeah.
Because he was overseas. So you got that thing. But I just think it's when you I've been going back and forth with this, and you think about the longevity of the game. You think of LeBron is doing 21 years. It's like, to me, he's kind of like, put his foot into the door and like, yo, Mike, hold on. You might be the greatest of time, but greatest of all time, but hey, I am the greatest of all time just because of my longevity and what I've been doing in this game as far as like rebounding, scoring, assists. It's just like we always have this thing about once we put a guy on a pedestal, we don't want to knock him off that pedestal. But I'd be damned if you can't put LeBron right next to MJ because and I'm saying this as I've always thought MJ was the greatest, but as I got a chance to watch LeBron each and every night and understand what he has to go through and how hard he plays sometimes, it's just like, damn, he got to be up there, man. He got to be neck and neck with LeBron.
I mean, he's definitely up there. That question was that ship has sailed a long time ago talking about he's up there. He's been there.
Yeah.
but
I'm saying, like, why can't he just stand next to him? That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody want to have 1 and 2. Why can't we have just? We had Rookie of the Year with who was that? They both had 2 Rookies of the Year. Grant Hill and what's his name? The coach for the Dallas Mavericks now.
Oh, Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd. We had dual Rookies of the Year. Why can't we have dual greatest of all time?
Because when you start talking greatness, and this is why we talk about the Hall of Fame conversation. Everybody that's in the Hall of Fame is in the Hall of Fame, but even in the Hall of Fame, there are conversations amongst those individuals about hierarchy, right? Mm-hmm. So when you start really nitpicking, when you start talking about greatness, you start to nitpick now. Hey, I'm great. Yeah, you're great, but I'm greater because I got this extra title. I got this extra defensive play. I have these little accolades. There are things that LeBron has done that Mike hasn't, and there are certain things that Mike has done that LeBron hasn't. And a lot of the argument is Mike was he the only player to win a title, Defensive Player of the Year,
and League MVP? I think.
Didn't he win it all in the same season?
I think he did. Yeah.
I think Giannis and Dream
won MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, championship MVP.
Mm-hmm. I think Giannis and Dream added that.
Oh, Michael Jordan is one of 5 players to win both an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season.
Yeah, but what about
and a title
and title? And what about championship MVP? Like, what about
like a Finals MVP?
Yeah,
too?
Finals MVP. Did he win Finals MVP?
Well, Jordan won what, like 5 Finals MVP?
Right, but was it in the same season that he won regular season MVP and Defensive Player of the Year? Because he's got 1 Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, when did he win Defensive Player of the Year? Hang on.
Because
I'm working the computer overtime.
Because then that's when we start nitpicking and saying, y'all may have this, but this dude won it all in 1 season.
Yeah.
Some stuff that we ain't never heard of, and I don't know. I'm not saying we won't see it again, but it damn sure been a long time.
Jordan won Defensive Player of the Year in 87. 87, 88.
It was closer to when he came in the league then.
Yeah. That was
okay, so he's one of 5 guys to win league MVP
and Defensive Player of the Year.
And defensive. But did he also win Finals MVP that year?
No, they didn't go to the finals.
That was 80. You said that was 87?
87, 88. Yeah, they didn't go to the finals that year.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, again, you look at it's that's where you are though when you're trying to separate guys in this argument.
We're splitting
the tiniest
stuff.
little thing that goes, okay, maybe he did this and maybe this guy just did that. And my only gripe with the conversation is when you bring guys into it who are so young, like Wembenyama. Hey, their ceiling's as high as 2 of arguably the greatest, the 2, maybe 3 if you put Kobe in the conversation, greatest players to ever play the game. That is you're right, Harp, it's clickbait. Because until you get, years, and I'm not talking like 3 or 4 years, I'm talking like 8, 9, 10 years under your belt, that conversation isn't fair because we've seen guys come into this league and play their ass off for 3 seasons and then get hurt or get hampered or their game falls off for some reason. The league adapts to them. So, I mean, you got to be a dominant force for a very extended period of time to even evoke those guys' names.
Yeah, so true. But, it's like everybody's ceiling is high, when you come into the league.
Of course. You're playing in the NBA.
If you keep climbing, though, you keep, grinding and getting better and understanding the game and coming back each and every next year, changing your game. Because you think about all the greats that came back, from Kobe who couldn't shoot threes, MJ who couldn't shoot threes, they come back and they can shoot threes, with LeBron's needing more assists, come back. Like all these guys, like we can't really say what Wemby is going to do right now because this season we're going to see you. We're going to get a dose of you. Next season, are you going to add stuff to your game? Because we're going to figure out how to counteract everything you've done this first season.
People will adjust.
You got to be one of these greats that can change your game and be okay. Okay, you thought I'm going to hit you with this year? No, I added this while I was in the lab this summer.
Right. And that's exactly what you got to do. You got to adapt your game because the league will adapt to you. They will figure out what you do best, and they'll figure out how to defend it or shut it down. And they're going to throw everything they can. But, I mean, and forgive me if I'm wrong because I don't know this. By the way, we're going to get to Big Shot of the Week here in a second, and I have a hilarious story, crime story of the week that's going to get us into a round of black crime or white crime. So all of that is coming. Was there hype around Steph Curry when he came into the league?
Yes.
No.
A little bit.
No.
A little bit.
Because they were saying he was too skinny.
Because I don't remember much of it. If there was,
it was a little. It wasn't a lot, but it was a little bit because of what he was doing at Davidson.
okay.
Yeah.
But I don't really remember. It wasn't like anything like what this has been. And you look at Steph Curry and everything he's accomplished in his career, and people will put him into that conversation. Greatest shooter of all time, greatest point guard ever. Okay, fine. You got it. He had to build that game. You know what I mean? Like he was a great player coming in, but he had to continue to evolve that game and make things work the way he needed them to work to win.
Yeah, but it's just funny. We talking about Wembanyama, and they put Wembanyama's stats so far up against Chet's stats so far. They're identical. The only thing, though, is Holmgren's is shooting a better percentage from 3 and the field. So why are we not talking about Chet? How are we talking about Wembanyama?
Because Wemby was the hype.
Yeah.
Hold on.
He was the hype pick.
And even with with the big fella talking, when they were talking about Wemby, and we were talking about no one has ever seen anything like him, and then Shaq said, we done seen Bobo before.
Right.
Things like that. Here's the problem. And I'm not saying there aren't things that I'm not saying Bobo can't do some of the same things Wemby's doing. But a lot of things that people have said about Bobo is his motor and his engine and his willingness to do. Wemby's the number 1 overall pick. I forget what number was Bobo drafted?
Oh, I don't even remember.
Like 15, 12. It was low.
So my thing is, regardless of everything Bobo can do, if we're talking about we've never seen anybody like Wemby, but you bring up Bobo, then why wasn't Bobo discussed as potentially the number 1 pick at one point in time?
Well,
he was 44th pick. Sorry,
I was even more.
So we're talking about the second round.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not even talking about another guy that was drafted in the first. I'm not saying Bobo isn't talented. He is. We've seen spurts, but he's been on 4 teams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
But my whole
3 or 4.
But we forget about Chet though. Chet is. Yeah. He's killing too.
He's killing.
Yeah. And he's doing a hell of a job for where he is in his situation. Now, here's the thing that I don't need to explain to either to you, but I'm going to state it. I think the reason why this whole thing is unfolded the way it is because the media, the sports media, has to justify its own narrative. Right. So since they hyped Wembanyama so much, and that story led everything this summer, they have to show everybody they were right.
Yeah.
And there was no hype around Chet. It really wasn't. And that's why they're not talking about it, because they don't have to prove themselves right or wrong on the Chet Holmgren narrative.
Right.
But they have to prove themselves right on Wembanyama.
And Wemby, look, in the media's defense, the boy is different.
Oh, no, he's exceptional.
He's so
we're talking about him endlessly.
Right. To shoot him bail, to shoot the media some bail. Like, we're talking about him in a way in which a lot of people have not talked, since LeBron came out. He's different. Now, at the same time, when he hits these spurts at some point in time when he's not doing well and everything like that, it's like, he's not playing well right now. You don't have to continue to big it up and do it, like you said, trying to make themselves, trying to justify everything that they've been saying.
Well, you remember the explosion that happened when he didn't perform well in the first Summer League game. Holy crap. You would have thought,
that man.
Forget it. He was a bust. Send him back overseas.
That
We're
was
done.
funny.
Right? A Summer League game.
It's a thing called nerves.
It was one Summer League game. What even? Oh, God.
Oh, but them nerves are settled because in that second game, well, even in that first game versus Suns, they won that game, came back to win that game, and then beat the Suns again. And that was the game he had 38 and 10.
Yeah.
That first game was, that mug slapped the shit out of KD in the face. He was like, and he took the ball from him.
And did you hear what KD said? KD said, when I saw him elevate, and he said, I knew there was no way in the world that I was going to be able to block that shot. Now, I say all this, and Wemby got his shot blocked the other night in Indiana.
Yeah.
But for another 7-footer with KD's skill set, with that same type of skill set, for him to say that about Wemby and give him that high of a praise, you're talking about a guy who's face to face with him, or at least face to chin. That says something when your all-time greats speak of another young guy. They're there. They see it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no. Well, all right. Well, I mean, I want to see how it plays out. I really do. I want half a season under my belt before we really
absolutely
take a step back and really get to see what he's doing. But so far, you're right. Been playing.
all I know
great.
is MLK Day here in Atlanta. That's where he'll be, and that's where I'll be.
Oh, if you need Harper, you know where to find him. All right, let's do our big shot of the week. Big shot of the week, and then we're going to play around a black crime or white crime. Big shot of the week is going to go to the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Department in Florida, mainly for this officer who handled this situation extremely well. This is doorbell cam footage of what happened when the officer arrived at this young man's house.
Did you call this gentleman? You called the police? I wanted to give him a hug. You called him to give him a hug.
What is? And I know what your phone number 911.
Yeah, but you know what that's for? Is if you're in trouble and you need help. Or if somebody you know is around you and that's in trouble and that needs help. And it's very important. You got to be careful when you call that number, okay?
Okay.
Only in emergencies, and if you're hurt or someone else is hurt and your mom needs help, all right.
Sorry.
It's okay, kid. Don't worry about it. I just time for a kid down the phone playing. Just wanted to hug.
So the kid called 911 because he wanted to give the officer a hug.
Look,
And
Hey,
it didn't
how
matter
funny
who
was he?
showed up. He just wanted to give a cop a hug.
And the fact that he says, "I'm sorry,"
I know.
like
you gotta love it.
it's a teachable moment.
It is. But I mean, the cop did a stellar job.
No, he did an amazing job
handling it and not like demeaning the kid and talking down to him. You
Right.
should know better. No, it's just like, look, this is important.
Right.
But hey, hug, high five, fist
Hey.
bump, all that stuff.
I hope he got the hug he
Glad
was looking
someone want
for.
to give him a hug. Exactly.
You know, you done
Yeah,
came
get
all
that
this
hug.
way. At least you can give him a hug before you leave. You know.
Yeah.
Give him I that's a teaching moment because
Yeah.
that's the one thing. Because I can remember one time when I was younger, I made a mistake and dialed 911, but I was trying to dial something else, and you know, when you realize that you're calling them, you hang up. They'll call back because it's the police.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, oh, shoot, they calling back. And I had to get on the phone. I was young and had to explain.
I was trying to buy tickets to see Terminator 2, and I called 911.
And then, you know, it was one of them things where after the fact, my mom apologized to the officer, and I got in trouble. It was a mistake. I didn't mean to dial 911, but it's one of those things where it's embarrassing because they get so many calls for so many other things, and it's like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, my bad. I meant to dial something else.
Yeah. Well,
You know.
you could have just told him you wanted a hug, and you probably would have been fine.
No, I ain't want no hug. I was good. I ain't.
Until that female officer shows up. Maybe I'll call back. Maybe I need a hug. Maybe I need a hug.
That hug wasn't gonna save me from the whooping I got after.
That's when you needed the hug. That's when you needed the hug. That's where the hug was needed right there. All right, let's.
Call CPS.
Yeah, really. All right. I got to give you guys the crime story of the week, and it's gonna spring us into a round of black crime or white crime. So the crime story of the week comes to us from merry old England. 4 people have been charged after a fully functional solid gold toilet worth nearly $6 million was stolen from Blenheim Palace, the birthplace of former Prime Minister Winston Churchill. The theft happened back in 2019 when the solid gold toilet, which is named America. So someone made a solid gold toilet in England and named it America. That feels
They can shit on America?
That feels like a shot. The toilet had been installed 2 days before the theft occurred, and due to the toilet being plumbed into the building, it was a working toilet. It caused significant damage of flooding and building damage and all kinds of stuff. But they did catch the 4 gentlemen who stole the solid gold toilet from Winston Churchill's former home. Black guys, white guys.
You said this happened in England?
Yes.
No, it's black people in England.
I'm not even counting this toward the game. This was just the story of the week for me.
Yeah, but I want to get it right though.
So $6 million solid gold toilet.
$6 million.
$6 million.
That means that's
worth of solid gold.
so that has to be an inside job.
That's white.
Got to be.
I gotta say that's white.
It's got to be. I'm. You know what? I'm gonna say black just to go opposite, just for the hell of it.
You might be right. What?
You should have leaned into your instincts. That was 4 white guys that stole a toilet out of yeah.
Look,
so
brothers ain't gonna know where to find no $6 million toilet.
Hey, the brothers in the kitchen anyway. They don't let them in any other part of that palace but the kitchen.
wow.
It ain't enough of us over there to round up 4 of us.
What, you, Idris Elba? We can't pull this few more together?
Man,
Come on now. Yeah, $6 million solid gold toilet stolen from Winston Churchill's former home. Man, why'd you spend $6 million on a toilet? All right, I digress. All right. Story.
Name America.
Yeah, named America, which you deserve to have it stolen. Crap on America.
Exactly.
All right, story number 1 in black crime or white crime. A shoplifter used a stroller to complete with a fake baby doll to steal merchandise at a Walmart store. I feel like this story should belong in Walmart or Waffle House. The suspect ran out of the Walmart after he was spotted, eventually caught in a nearby parking lot and detained. Police officers checked the stroller, found a lifelike baby doll inside, along with an already made baby bottle and about $1,000 in stolen merchandise. Black guy, white guy.
I'm gonna say black.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say, but I'm gonna go with white guy.
Oh, what? No, you got to. You can't do that.
Hey, I ain't never seen a brother pushing a stroller, man. That's all I'm gonna say. I ain't never seen a brother pushing a stroller.
They'll get creative when they want to go get
and I don't think I ever pushed a stroller with my kids. It's like I'm carrying them. I'm like, I can't be pushing because no. I'm saying this is a white guy.
All right, Harp, what'd you say?
I said black.
The point goes to Robert Ory as a white guy.
Okay.
Yeah, as a white guy. Pushing a stroller at a Walmart, almost always a white guy. Yeah. So. All right, story number 2. A thief broke into a helicopter in Sacramento, California at the executive airport and crashed it while attempting to fly it away. The trespasser tried 4 different choppers on the tarmac. It was between 4 and 6 a.m. He got one to start, and after attempting to take off, he crashed it and fled the scene. Police said they were not aware of any injuries. They have not made an arrest, but they have him on video. Black guy, white guy. Look at your face. I'm sorry.
Due to the fact they haven't caught him, it was at between 4 and 6 a.m. That means it was dark, and so there was no light.
Wow.
So I'm gonna roll with a black guy on this one.
All right. Harp dog.
Even though I don't know no brothers who fly choppers, but I just gotta go with a black guy.
You know what? If it is a black guy, he didn't know anybody either because he crashed it immediately after taking it off. So. All right, what do you think, Harp? Black guy, white guy. Tried to steal a chopper, crashed it immediately.
What do you say, white?
I said black.
You said black guy.
Yeah, I was leaning that way too. I think I'm gonna go black.
The point will go to both of you. As a black guy, yeah.
Because that sounds like some old.
This to me sounds like this guy played too much Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
He said, I'm gonna go get me a chopper. I'm gonna fly over the city. I'm gonna do some shit. No one's gonna catch me. And then didn't realize that you gotta learn how to fly.
Now I gotta go look for this video. This guy.
They got him in Sacramento, California, trying to steal a helicopter at 4 a.m. All right, in Gwinnett County, Georgia. Here,
Actually, if it was another county, I'd have gone with it. But this can go either way.
Gwinnett County, the northeast corner of Atlanta here. Police were called regarding the theft of some gaming systems. When officers arrived at the scene, they were told that two suspects fled in a Tesla. The suspects were discovered a short distance from the scene, charging the vehicle. Officers recovered stolen gaming systems, several guns, and 2 pounds of marijuana. So, dudes steal some gaming systems, try to make off in a Tesla that is apparently not charged. They stop to charge it, and that's the end of it.
Lord Jesus, that would be us. Hey, bro, we got to pull over. Why, man?
This car ain't charged. We'll be fine.
Due to the fact that it's a Tesla, I'm gonna roll with white guy.
But see, don't let that confuse you, because we be out here in them Teslas. You can get a Tesla, you can get in, you can start that bad boy. It may not be all the way charged like this one was. I'm gonna say, with it being Gwinnett, it could go so many ways. Black people like to play video games.
Hold on a minute. You can't own that. Yeah, I was gonna say you can't own that.
Nah, but that Call of Duty, we be on there. Boy, black folks be on that Call of Duty.
What's sort of white folks,
They
man?
do too. It's a game that bring all races together.
Yeah, it is. It is. That's
I'm gonna
Spider-Man.
2K.
I'm gonna go black.
The point goes to B-Dog Brandon Harper. Black guys.
It's just something that was irking me about this. It's
Yeah.
like, dang, bro, the thing ain't you went to go stop the charge it.
And didn't think maybe they'll catch up to me. Maybe they'll catch up. All right.
Who puts guns in a Tesla?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, why you say what? What's
It's like you think about the Tesla and marijuana. It just screams white guy to me. I'm just like
guns and
dude.
weed?
Oh, dude. Yes, man. I'm gonna take my mom's Tesla, man. Give me some weed and get fucked up, dude.
God, this is a California. This is a California take.
bro,
if I've ever heard a California
you've
take.
been on the
man.
West Coast too
Yeah,
long.
you got to come back out here to the dirty South.
Yeah, boy, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta don't smell. Boy, it smell nothing but weed and cologne out here.
Oh, that's straight weed here.
I bet.
Yeah, you skipped the cologne. Straight
No
with the
cologne,
weed.
just weed here.
All right, story number 4. Police in Palm City, Florida pulled over a suspected car thief. When they questioned the suspect, he just started barking. When the deputy asked him for identification, he refused to comply and would only say that his name was Dog, followed with more barking. It wasn't until the suspect was taken to Martin County Jail that a positive identification was made. The car had been stolen the day before. The suspect was charged with grand theft auto.
Oh, who this man think he is? DMX?
Black guy,
Dog,
white
bounty
guy.
hunter,
Yeah, dog. Dog.
white guy.
Oh. Very quickly. Beat-o.
Yeah, white guy.
This was a 34-year-old white suspect. Yeah, good job. Nice job. Yeah, that's some dumb shit. We'll own that. Police were called in story number 5 to a Giant Eagle grocery store in Ohio after the manager spotted a man leaving with a shopping cart full of unpaid merchandise. He'd gone to the parking lot looking for the getaway car. However, the driver of the getaway car had gone to a nearby car wash while the suspect was inside the store. The suspect wheeled the grocery cart over to the car wash, loaded the car, but by the time that he got everything loaded in, they were trapped between several other cars and he couldn't get out. Police arrived and arrested the suspect and the driver.
Hey, if I'm the driver, hell, man, I'm getting the car wash. How the hell you gonna arrest
I'm
me,
getting away
man?
looking
I didn't
good,
know.
man. I'm getting away looking good. You go arrest me some dirty ass
He
car.
had gone into the parking lot looking for his getaway car. However, the driver of the getaway
driver of the
car
getaway
had
took it to the
gone to
car
the
wash.
nearby car. You thought that was a good time. You
get
know
the
what?
car wash.
You know why he in there? I think my car need a little cleaner.
I've been putting this off, man. I got to get this
But
done.
did he know he was gonna be in there robbing the store? I'm like, well, I'm denying everything.
This
Oh,
is
that's true. I didn't even think about that. You're
Yeah,
right.
I'm like, I'm at the car wash. Why would I be
I
getting the
dropped
car
my buddy
wash?
off at the store. I went for a car wash. He came back with a cart full of shit. I
this is.
didn't.
I'm gonna say black.
Black.
You both go black. And you're both wrong.
Wow.
White guys. White guys. Both of them.
Well, it sounded like we was right. You hit the wrong button.
Oh, yeah. I'm used to giving somebody a point. Look, I gave myself a point. All right. It was white
Hey.
people. I'll take that.
Due to the fact that he, a brother is like, man, we stealing. I'm like, I ain't got time. This is some white people shit because that's some dumb shit. Like, because he didn't know. He didn't know his buddy was robbing the store. I guarantee
think
you.
about it. You're absolutely right. Didn't even think about it. All right, story number 6. A 27-year-old man was arrested after breaking into a home, filling up the bathtub, and taking a bath with all of his clothes on.
What?
A woman returned home to find one of her windows smashed and the man inside. Police arrived and found the man in the bathroom, quote, clothed but very wet. Black guy, white guy.
See, the brother would have took all his clothes off, got some wine
he
or some
got-
beer, and laid
He
there.
got comfortable.
Got comfy.
I'm saying white guy.
A 27-year-old man was arrested filling up the tub. Yeah, I'm gonna say white too.
Black
What?
guy. That's a black guy.
What? All his clothes on?
Look, I didn't write the story. I'm just giving
Now,
it
if
to
you
you.
just say it in the shower,
Yeah, no, he wasn't. He was he's taking a bath, singing some Luther Vandross, enjoying himself
With the clothes on?
with all his clothes on, in case he had to get out of there. I don't know.
it's just with some Luther
Some
Vandross.
Vandross on, just chilling. All right. Story number 7. Police charged a 31-year-old woman for several crimes. First, she walked into a crowded restaurant demanding food, holding a firecracker as a threat. When she was denied, she lit the firecracker inside the restaurant and ran off with a pizza. She got a ride from a taxi, but was asked to get out after becoming belligerent. When the driver stepped out of the vehicle, the woman jumped into the driver's seat and took off with the taxi. So now stolen pizza and a stolen taxi. Officers later spotted the stolen cab and followed it until it became stuck in a snowbank. The woman tried to run, but was quickly caught and arrested.
I need this video.
Or a white woman. Firecracker as a threat, stole a pizza, stole a taxi, crashed into a snowbank. I want to know how much of the pizza she actually ate.
I know, right?
Because if you just left it behind, what a waste of a pizza, you know?
Really?
White guy, white girl, white lady.
Yeah, this is a lot.
It is a lot. It's multiple, I mean, stolen pizza, firecracker as a threat, steal a taxi cab.
I'm gonna go.
Because first of all, the taxi ain't stopping for a black lady. It's gonna keep going.
Oh, don't do that. Don't do that. This is America in 2023. We'll slow down, but then continue. At least. You know what I mean? At least. You get the gesture.
I'm gonna go Ally McBeal.
Ally McBeal. You're both getting a point on that one. That's a white woman. Usually when firecrackers are involved and snowbanks, I mean, that's, it was just
a lot going on in this scenario.
Lot. That's very crazy white woman stuff right there. Too many things happening at once.
But think about this. You had to steal the pizza, walk outside, hail a cab, and the cab had to be
steal the cab, crash the cab. It's just so much happening in this story. All right.
And now she's out on bail because she's a white lady.
Wow. All right. Last story of the week. Story number 8. Police in North Miami Beach arrested a couple of people for stealing $1,500 worth of booze from 2 liquor stores in the North Miami Beach area. They walked out with the liquor. Police were called and pursuit ensued. The pair tried to elude officers, but their hopes were dashed when they got caught in bumper-to-bumper afternoon traffic in Miami. Attempting to get out of the traffic jam, they turned onto a dead-end street and were abruptly arrested. So, $1,500 worth of booze during rush hour in Miami. If you live in Atlanta, you felt every bit of that story. You can't go anywhere in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Who got stuck in, by the way, it's a couple. So it's a man and a woman.
It was a mixed couple. The guy was black.
Oh, you're
girl was
going.
white.
You're going for the wild card. Rob wants the half point either way.
Dang, because this one is something that can go either way.
But it is Miami. Can I say Cuban?
Oh, boy, I'm glad you said
You know how many
something.
times I've had a perfect story for black crime or white crime, and it's like a Mexican guy or a Cuban guy, and I'm like, damn it, you gotta admit and move on, man.
Other. You just have to say other.
Yeah,
I'm
miscellaneous.
going to say, dang, $1,500 worth of liquor.
It's a lot of liquor.
Black. It's black.
I don't know. White people like their liquor too.
I know. I'm just saying black, though. I'm just going with black.
Okay. I think just to break this up a bit, I'm going to go white.
Okay. Rob had the right answer, and he backed off it.
Really?
It was an interracial couple.
It was?
I feel like I had to pick a spot.
I just wanted to see if anyone would go for the wild card on this one. Interracial couple in Miami. Yeah, interracial couple. You had it, man. You freaking had it the whole way.
But I figured I had to pick a side, so.
You know,
yeah.
you know what would have been a dead giveaway? Is if you would have named any of these liquors, I would have, yeah. Hey, I'd have been on that, yeah.
Hey, but in end of the day, it was a black couple and a white couple. The kid gonna be born, the kid's gonna be black, so they're a black family. So I win.
Wow, that was some backwards ass rationale, but I like it. You willed yourself to a win on that.
Ridiculous.